Okay, infielders, I have a video of Donaldson going to his left, video of Andrews going to his right, and I just want to point out when we go to our right and we square up the ball, we're going to look very similar to what we see Andrews doing on the right, and that is basically throwing the baseball exactly like other position players. Okay, so you see catchers, infielders, outfielders, pitchers all put themselves in similar positions. Shoulders are loaded away from where they're going. Hips are loaded away from where they're going. They have good direction. Okay, so right now he's going to first, but his shoulders are facing home. And that allows him to get his arm up behind his body. And it allows him to clear his hips before his shoulders. Okay, so the ball's to our right. Obviously, we have to have something on it. And these are the mechanics that good throwers have, regardless of their position. Hips lead. Body puts itself in a position to allow the hips to lead. When the ball's hit to our left, okay, notice how Andrews on the right is very much up and down. When the ball's hit to our left, we have to stay down because we're fighting to create an angle to first. Okay, so if we're going to truly get around the ball, and this is an extreme example, but it should be taken in consideration anytime you go to your left, that you probably are going to need to throw a little bit more tipped over like you see Donaldson doing. So when we do this, the characteristics of the throw change. We can't generate as much force from this. This is why sidearm guys typically don't throw as hard, and when they do, it's even more impressive than when a guy that throws over the top at the same velocity. So when you go to your left, the footwork is going to remain the same. You still need to create angles to first base, but we tend to stay chest out over our toes. So this is called ipsilateral tilt. You don't need to remember that, but it has a name. Okay, when we're here and you see Andrews creating this shoulder tilt here, that's contralateral tilt. We won't do that on a throw to our left. So those are the big differences. You'll notice how aggressive his stride length is here. We don't have a good angle to see distance with length with Andrews, but we do see a lot of similarities in positions. So hopefully this is helpful. I hope you understand that based on this, you need to understand the direction of your body and some of the differences when you do move your feet, depending on which way you go. But at the end of the day, if you watch pitchers throw the baseball, if you watch outfielders throw the baseball, if you watch catchers and good infielders, you're going to realize that throwing is throwing is throwing, and you can start to learn from anybody throwing a baseball, not just the guys that play your position. Should you look at the guys that play your position to learn? Absolutely. But what you will find, and I'm telling you this because I have already done this homework, that you will be able to just simply watch anybody throw and learn from them. So, watch video. Learn by watching the best throwers throw, not just the best players at your position.